Hi, my name is Laura, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to do loose wavy curls. For more pictures and for more video tutorials, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel or visit my website at www.lorakelley.com. Alright, so today we're going to be doing a loose curls tutorial. Right now what I have is just blow dried hair, and really the main things you want to think about when you're blow drying your hair is to never pull it back in a wet ponytail and let it dry at all. Just leave it down slightly and go immediately to the blow dryer. This will keep your hair from being compressed at the top. Also, always make sure you put some kind of product in it so that when you're blow drying it, it has a little bit of formation and texture to it. Today I just have Glass by Redken. Okay, so for our first step, what we're going to do is just right behind your bangs, or for me, long layers, you want to take the top section of your hair and lift it up, just like this, okay? I have kind of long hair, so it's going to be a little bit, you can see that. Okay, and what you're going to want to do is actually take that section and divide it into two sections. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to section it off with duckbill clips just so the pieces don't get overlapped. So you can kind of see how that is. You want to make sure that each section is really smooth, so when you're unrolling it, it doesn't get tangled. And starting at the end, just roll downward to the scalp. And you can actually clip it with a duckbill clip, because we're going to go back over it and curl each piece so you can smooth out any kinks you get from the duckbill clip. And here's another look at just how it is to roll the hair. Again, just keeping it smooth. You want to roll it all the way down just like that. It's okay if a few pieces come off. And take your duckbill clip and just secure it like so. Alright, so next we're going to take our hair and divide it into manageable sections, starting with the bottom. And what you're going to want to do is just take this and clip it off to the side so that it's not in your way while you're curling the bottom of the hair. Alright, we're going to grab a curling iron. This is a 2-inch curling iron. You can also use a 1-inch curling iron or a 2.5-inch curling iron. For big loose curls though, I like to use a 2-inch curling iron. If you want to add more curl, go to a smaller barrel. If you want it to be more loose, go to a larger barrel. Alright, so you're going to want to organically divide the hair. If you really want to set the hair, you can go ahead and curl each piece and clip it with tiny 2-prong clips. But for this particular look, I like it to look very loose and unstructured, so I'm not going to do that today. So take your first section, and you're going to want to start at the root, allowing the hair to kind of twist around it and letting it rest for just a second. Wait till you can sort of feel the heat coming through the curling iron. And then just slowly release the hair, kind of letting it inch. And then finally letting it rest for just a second. See how you can feel the heat through the curling iron. And then you're going to let it go. And that's what it's going to look like. Don't comb it out yet. So now we're going to do the other side. Now, one of the things I didn't mention is that you really want to curl away from the face so that you don't get that loopy 1920s vintage Veronica Lake sort of look. You're going to curl away from the face, again, just inching. Touch it to see the heat that's coming through. And as you get to the bottom and you let it rest there for a second, you're just going to let it come undone like that. And again, don't comb it yet. Alright, so the biggest question I get is how you do the back of your hair. That's always the part that is the most frustrating for people. And so what I say is just sort of take this piece of hair, this is the one we're going for, and pull it over to the side and treat it like you treated this one. Again, just curling away from the face. And you can just kind of then twist the curling iron in and use your fingers to get close to the root. Again, just sort of letting it rest. And then just sort of inching it out. And like I said, don't comb it out yet. Okay, so get yourself some sheer hold hairspray, and between each step, go ahead and spray each section just to give it a soft hold. So this is what I call the middle section. I really don't divide the hair up into too small of sections because this is really to get that loose romantic curl at the end and not to have super tight curls. So you'll take this part and again, you're gonna start at the root, curling away from the face, letting it rest, and then just inching the curling iron out so that each part of the hair gets set. And then hold for a few seconds until you can feel the heat really coming through the curling iron, and then release, but do not comb it out. Okay, so I've been telling you to start at the root and curl away from your face, looking basically up and down with a vertical curling iron. This is how most people have learned how to curl their hair, and it's not bad, it's just gonna create a different look. And that is, they start all the way at the bottom like this, and then they curl up the hair like that, okay? And then you let it go. And you can see the bottom of your hair is curled, but not the whole top of the hair. So you're missing getting the bulk of the wave and volume at the top by starting at the bottom. Ladies, we have some good curl going on here. So for our next step, we're going to unroll our Velcro rollers. And you're gonna do that just by lifting up and unrolling, just like that. And you can kind of pull a little bit to pull it out. You wanna make sure you're really careful here so you don't get the Velcro roller stuck in your hair. So literally just unroll where you've rolled. So we've just unrolled our first Velcro roller, and you can tell the end is a little bit frustrated, maybe. And so what we're going to do before we move on to our second Velcro roller, and while it's still sectioned off, is take this and divide it into two parts and go ahead and curl those parts. Okay, so we've taken down our Velcro roller, and you can see we have a little bit of Bardot volume going on here. Nothing too much though. It's a very subtle, just a little bit of lift at the root. And so we're going to want to take the sections that you just came down, which will be really easy to tell because they'll be a little bit flat on the end, and go ahead and curl them away from your face, just lifting up. And again, letting it rest for a second. Touching it to feel the heat come through, and then slowly releasing it. Okay, so find all the rest of those sad little pieces that just came down, sorry for my squeaky curling iron, and just go ahead and curl them piece by piece. All right, so we're almost done, and the last part you're going to do are these bangs. And really for your bangs, you wanna just do these very subtly. Again, curling away from the face, and this should not be held for very long, just really softly. And you can see it kind of curls away from your face. All right, and the other side of your bangs, again, just curling away from your face, letting it hold for just a second, and releasing. All right, again, spray that hair, give it a little bit of oomph. So this is my favorite part. It's called pull the fingers through the hair at the end, just to give it a little bit of volume, and also to make sure that everything looks cohesive with each other. This will help soften the hair if you have too much curl, and just bring the hair all together so it looks married and happy, like it's having a really good time. All right, so we're basically done, but if you want to add a little bit of shine and soften the hair slightly, you can get some Redken glass, looks just like this. Put about a pea-sized amount in your hand, like that. Rub together and just rub it over the ends of the hair just to kind of soften it up and make it look really lush and lovely. Now, just make sure that when you're using products like that, you don't focus on the root. If you put too much on the root, it just makes the hair look weighed down and also can make it look kind of greasy. All right, so we're done. We You have great curly hair. You can give it one more spray before you go out. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.